So you get to a stop, you're pulling out the chips. You get all the chips out. You blow it out. But when you start it back up, you close this door so hard, it pushes the other door back. So now your door is open back here. You hit cycle start on the machine and you get a door interlock. So once you get the door interlock, you have to restart the machine. The first thing you want to do is see where your next tool is after this arrow here. So the arrow says check boring bar, remove chips. NAT4. Memorize that number or write it down because that's where you're going to have to start back up. You go to reset, you hit reset. It brings the program back to the top so you can't no longer see it. And now you have the coupling device error. So the first thing you want to do is hit reset again. You get rid of your coupling device error. Then you go to what's called hand jog. It looks like a hand, and that's to jog your machine. You open the door. The turret will not spin or work properly unless it's all the way home in X. These arrows here and these letters here will determine where you're at. So this is Z, so you hit X, make sure X is lit up, and then you want to go all the way up in the arrow. Now here's another thing, some tools move in Y. So if you have a tool like tool 1 or 2, the roughers that are down in Y, you'll also have to home out Y. In order to home out Y, it's real easy. You hit this button and then you hold this button down until it homes out. Which when it homes out, you'll have red right there on that YI. Then, very important, you hit that again to turn Y off. Now, once again, you go to X and then you go all the way up in your arrow. Now, of course, make sure you don't have a boring bar inside the part or anything like that. If you have an error for coolant or something like that and you have a boring bar inside the part, then we'll have to do something else. But this is just if you leave the door open. So if you remember back, once you make sure your turret's in the middle, like it can't spin and hit anything, hit the par, hit the sub spindle, make sure your turret's out of harm's way and all the way up in X and all the way home in Y. Now once you do that, you go back to, this is called auto, your auto function. Down here on the bottom of the screen, it'll say restart or F3. If you don't have restart up there, you just hit this until you see it. So once you have restart or F3, you go to restart, it's going to ask you what block you want to go to. So then you remember we were at NAT4, NAT4, enter. Remember, you got to push enter. It puts it in here, you hit OK. Now it'll take you to NAT4, but if you hit cycle start right now, it won't work. So first you got to hit sequence restart, and that's going to rotate the turret, and it's going to go back to the last place you were at. You'll see your part spinning kind of slowly. Now you can push cycle start. And that's the end of that tutorial on if I leave the door open.